I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting.
Jon Jones called us last night and retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
Let's give this legend a proper send-off. Jon Jones has officially retired from MMA. It's all over. Tom Aspinall is now the heavyweight champ. And Jon Jones is not only one of the greatest of all time in MMA, but he's also undefeated in women's MMA. He has a charge from a waitress and got arrested because he was attacking his wife. So let's go through his resume. May 2012, involved in the incident where he drove his car into a telephone pole in New York. January 2015, Jones was scheduled to fight at UFC 182, where he was caught on cocaine. April 2015, Jones was fresh off his win over Daniel Cormier and seemed to be riding high again. And then he did the hit and run on a pregnant woman where he crashed into the woman, ran out of his car, came back for his drugs, and then ran away again. We know this. July 2019, DV against his wife, got arrested. March 2020, he was drunk, had negligent use of a firearm, possession of an open container of alcohol, driving with no proof of insurance, and a DUI. 2021, DV again. April 2023, when drug testers came to Jon Jones's house, he threatened to kill them. Because he's so natural, guys, he's never taken a PED in his life, even though he's failed 4 tests. Sorry, I meant his MMA resume. You know, he beat Stipe Miocic after a shift at the fire station without fighting for 4 years. He beat Cyril Gane, who has no grappling. He lost to Dominic Reyes. I mean, he beat Anthony Smith, who we know for curling up in a ball by decision. Beat Daniel Cormier, but only because he was on steroids. He beat Gustafsson, but only after he had to get the whole event moved because he was on steroids. He lost to Matt Hamill. It's tough because Jon Jones, he's been champion since he was 23, except he is the most tarnished name in all of sport. He is the worst ambassador for any group imaginable. DV, drug, negligent use of a firearm, murderous intention, cheating in almost every singular fight he has. Yet people still bow down, bend the knee, and call him the GOAT. They say, I don't think he should fight Tom. He needs to preserve his GOAT status. He, out of everybody else, should not be there. Eye pokes, steroids, a horrible moral person as well. If I was in a sport that said no guns and I bring a gun and I shoot them, yes, they're more hurts than me, but I cheated and therefore I lose. And people saying, no, but I know he cheated. However, it doesn't matter about the however. He cheats every time. Or he's fighting Anthony Armadillo Smith, Stipe, not fought in 4 years, Miocic, Cyril no wrestling Gane, losing to Dominic Reyes, who went on a couple losses after that. Reyes lost to Ryan Spann after beating Jones, I'm sorry. Turning to steroids when he's very, very young, using Clomid to hide his other steroid usage, using Turinabol and USADA, making up nonsense just to let Jones fight more, making up this pulsing picogram. Turinabol's never pulsed in a human being on this earth. Nomad maybe, but not Turinabol. So the other steroid that Jones is using, maybe that can pulse. Jon Jones is the worst figure in combat sports, so thank the Lord that Jones has gone. Okay, I know there's a whole load of fans that are living off the nostalgia of the worst human in combat. Oh well, right? I know a lot more people are happy and have probably already heard the news by now that Jones is gone, and I'm one of those people. Thank God Jones is gone. The heavyweight division can start moving again. Aspinall can start getting defenses. Gane can fight, Volkov can fight, Almeida can fight, Blades robbed Kuniev in his fight that was iniquitous and diabolical and horrendous, and all thoughts go out to Kuniev. Maybe we see Kuniev versus Volkov, robbed versus robbed. So, like, comment, subscribe. What would it take to get you to fight Tom Aspinall? What would it take?